Danny Tatch. Here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning, guys.
Oh, look at him. Look at it.
Clinches it. We are back in business, my Dallas Cowboys. I'm about to be swimming in Diet Mountain Dew. Case upon case, I'm going to win from you of the nectar of the gods. I rest my case.
For the last month, you've been over there sad.
Yeah.
They're not telling me the truth about Dak. And now all of a sudden, you kiki
Now,
over there.
my glass of Diet Dew is half full.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I still got all the other three teams, though.
What other three teams?
In the division.
In the least? Good luck.
So the reason you're so excited today, Skip, is all because Dak Prescott made another big step in his
12 passes.
return yesterday, participating in 11-on-11 team drills at Cowboys practice. It is practice. By all accounts, he's looking like his old self, with Zeke Elliott saying he threw the ball with some pop and Mike McCarthy describing Dak as a, quote, caged lion and competitor. For what it's worth, Dak went 11 for 12 on passes over the course of 18 reps. So, Shannon, what does this tell you about 2 weeks from today?
Was that the throwing session?
Yeah, did you see that?
I saw a slant to Amari.
Yeah.
I saw a swing pass to Zeke, and that's what we're supposed
Did
to
you
get.
see velocity? Did you see zip? Did you see mustard on those throws?
So in other words, what Skip Bayless and others are telling me, there is no excuse 2 weeks from tonight. There is no excuse because Dak Prescott is throwing the football and he had pop.
There's actually no excuse. It's 3.5 weeks to the Chargers game. That's when our season starts.
No.
Season starts at Chargers. Yes.
No. Y'all open it Sunday night. They want the Cowboys at prime time. The question is, Skip, okay, threw 12 passes yesterday. As he increases, is there going to be any soreness, any residual effect? Because he hadn't really thrown any significant amount of time in the last month. Skip, I heard Mike Trout talking the other day about he's been out with a calf injury since May. And he says anytime he does baseball activities, he's so sore the following day. The question is, Dak throwing the ball 12 times. That's not a whole lot of throws, Skip. Is there any soreness? Is there any residual from him throwing the previous day? Now, they're going to need to ramp this up because if you think you're going to go into a season, Skip, and your quarterback's only throwing 12 passes or throws 12 passes a day, you're sadly mistaken. So as they increase this, go from 12 to 20, maybe 25 to 30, or is there going to be any setback? Does Dak like, man, I'm really sore the next day, and then that prevents him from throwing? But this is a positive sign, Skip, because what was supposed to be 2 to 3 days all of a sudden turned into a month. Now, Dak is all of a sudden starting to throw. Contrary to what Jerry and the Cowboys and others have you to believe, this is not normal. Because I can assure you, no other player that says, you know what, our wide receiver, his hamstring is good, so we just rested him. No, there's reason why you're resting him, because no one's really playing in the preseason, especially their starters. You get a few starters sprinkling here and there, Skip, but everybody's playing. So, okay, that's a good sign. You got through 12 passes. Hopefully there's no setbacks, but I don't want to hear any excuse come September 9th, because when we come in here on September the 10th, I want you to have that same energy that we started the show with. You know how you would do it then, your paper? I want that energy.
Okay, you're going to get it.
No!
What's the date? I'm sorry, it's September 19th.
No.
You got to put a 1 in front of it.
No.
That's at Chargers.
No.
That's when our season actually starts.
The season starts next 2 weeks.
Okay, it is my turn. I do not completely disagree with anything you just said, because it all does make some sense, and it is all grounded in very conservative, logical assessments on your side from the Hall of Famer who is Shannon Sharp sitting across the table from me. But I am a lifelong Dallas Cowboy fan. I admit it. I disqualify myself on those grounds if you so desire. But after I saw this video, after I read all the reports of how Dak threw the football, it's the first positive sign I've had the entire training camp.
Okay,
he actually threw some with, I'm going to quote my man Ezekiel Elliott, with some pop. He had some pop on the ball, said Ezekiel Elliott, his best friend. Okay, so if you want to disqualify him, you could. You can. Okay, but he said he looked really good, man, said my man Zeke.
Okay.
I have nothing else to hang my hat on. I got to go with that. I got to go glass half full.
Right.
I got to say, well, okay, at least I got that. Right. I got to quote the greatest writer in the history of this planet, William Shakespeare, who said, all's well that ends well, and it's ending well. It's not ideal. Mike McCarthy made the mistake the other day of actually divulging what his game plan was coming into the preseason. He said, I had Dak scheduled.
Thank you.
10 to 15 plays in the first preseason game, for a quarter in the second one, and maybe a half in the third one, because he hasn't played football since the 5th game of last year, when he suffered a career-threatening ankle injury that required 2 surgeries.
Yep.
And the only silver lining here is that I've actually forgotten about the ankle injury, because everybody has. And if I can go deep for just a moment, I know in my many injuries I've suffered from running and weightlifting, sometimes I have one that's just nagging me. I had one not a couple of months ago. My left knee was just killing me when I ran. It was just, I don't know, just like chronic tendonitis and kneecap. And it was driving me crazy until I hurt my left thumb swinging the golf club too hard in the rough, where it caught in the rough, and it's just killing me. And all of a sudden I woke up one day and said, I forgot all about my knee. Well, is it possible Dak has forgotten all about his ankle?
It's possible.
Because that's what we were all the most concerned of. Did I want to see him under fire? Did I want to see him get his football, his sea legs underneath him?
Yes.
With some live combat going on? Yes, I did. But I didn't get that. And what I love for him, they play Sunday night. What time? It's actually Sunday at noon, Dallas time. They play Jacksonville, and Jacksonville's probably going to play a lot of their guys. So anyway, I was thinking, okay, that could be 1 month. Is there any way? It was reported by Todd Archer of ESPN that Dak and Mike McCarthy had a long talk as they walked off the practice field. Is it possible Dak would play a couple series on Sunday at noon in Dallas? Maybe. Would I take that?
Because, Skip, is different. Now, remember, they got 2 weeks in between the last preseason game and the first regular season game. So
this is the equivalent, starting right here, right now, of a bye week, which would be gold in the middle of the later in the season, obviously. So you got a bye week. You actually have 2 full weeks. It's tonight. It's a Thursday night solo stage opener at the defending champs. Okay, so what have I told you from the start? I have given up the opener. They're going to get annihilated. I already told you they are. It is so wrong place, wrong time. You can ridicule me all you want, but I have given it up, and I'm not trying to make preemptive excuses for them. You're not going to win that game. Fox Bet right now has them as 7.5-point dogs. I want some of that on Tampa Bay. I do, because it's not going to be close to being 7.5.
I know what you're doing, Skip Bayless.
I'm not doing anything. Okay, wait, before you go, I am going to dig in. I got the schedule right here, and I went over it one more time. I got them at 12-5.
No
12-5, winning the least, running away with the least.
12-5.
Okay, I got it right here. So you can take all the shots you want at what I just said about opening night, but there's no way with a Dak Prescott who hasn't played a single snap since the Giants game, the 5th game of the year. It's almost 11 months ago. There's no way they're going to go win this game with they'll probably have 8 new starters on defense. I don't know what's going to happen, because they don't know what's going to happen.
Whoa. You just told me yesterday, you told all our listening audience that you love what Mike McCarthy said. He had never seen a team flip the defense in such a short amount of time. And now you're talking about 8 new starters?
Do you remember what I've said about Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr.? He is the runaway GOAT, and we're going to talk about this later. I am predicting he's going to have his greatest season yet at age 44, and that he will win the MVP this year. So you want to talk about getting thrown into the fire, getting thrown to the wolves in Tampa?
I know what you're hoping on the low. You're hoping the Cowboys win so you can come out here and say, that settles it. They're going to the Super Bowl.
No, I'll come out here and I'll say I was wrong about last night. If that's what happens, there's no way they're going to win this game.
You're going to be right.
It's like when they threw Brady into the Breeze fire last year, right?
Opening night.
Yeah, it was opening day.
Sunday,
yeah. Well, it was unfair. He hadn't had any preseason games with a brand new offense that he could barely remember the nomenclature of.
After seeing Dak throw for 11